Hello, here is our Year 1 Phonics Review for Summer 1, Week 5. This week the children have been learning, or I should say revisiting these sounds. So they have been reminded that the letter I can make an I and an I sound, like the word tiger. They've also been learning that the letter A can make an A and an A sound. They've learnt that the digraph with the letters O and W make an ow and an O sound, and they've also learnt that the letter U can make an and a U sound. So let's take a look at it. This letter, we know that the letter name is I, and in reception we learnt that it makes an I sound. Now in autumn term in Year 1, we also learnt that it makes an I sound, like in the words tiger and some other words. So this week we've been revisiting that and practicing reading words that are making that sound. Now this letter is the letter A, and we learn in reception that it can make the A sound. Now as you can see from the card on the right, the letter A can make lots of other sounds. This week we have just been focusing on the fact that it also makes an A sound, which is also its name. So in words like acorn. Then we looked at this digraph. Now this digraph has two letters in, O and W. And remember, a digraph is two letters that make one sound. Now in reception, we learned that these letters make an ow sound. And then in spring term in Year 1, we learned that they also make an O sound in words like snow. And finally, we revisited this letter. This is the letter U. And in reception, we learned that this letter makes an sound in words like umbrella. And this year, we've also learned that it can make a U sound, just like its name. For example, on the back of the card there, it says unicorn. Okay, so now let's practice reading some words that have got those sounds in. So let's look at the letter I in this word. What sound does it make? It makes the I sound, and there is also a digraph in this word. Can you spot it? It's there at the end, it's So the word is spider. Spider. Now it's a bit of a longer word, so if you wanted to chunk it up, you could cover up the digraph at the end and read the first bit, and then take your hand off and read the last bit and put it all together. So remember, with longer words, we do chunk them up. Okay, this is another longer word that we need to chunk up. Let's have a look first of all at the letter A. What sound is it making in this word? It's making the A sound, and at the end there's a digraph. Can we remember it from the last word? It's the sound. So ape, paper. I write on paper. Okay, now let's have a look at this one. There are no digraphs in this word, but let's look at the letter U and what sound is it making? Can we remember what we've practiced this week? It's making the U sound. So, music. Again, that's a longer word, so if you need to chunk it up, then you can. And finally, let's have a look at this one. Let's look, can you spot any digraphs? There are two digraphs in this word. The first one is ul. There's two L's, which make a ul sound. And at the end, there is the O sound that we've been practicing this week. O. Follow. Follow me. Okay, so those are the words that we've been practicing this week and the sounds that we've been practicing. Now, before we finish today, we are going to have a quick look at a nonsense word. Now, remember, nonsense words are words that don't make any sense. And we will always see a little alien next to a nonsense word. And we cannot blend in our heads. We must sound it out. We always say with our alien words, Speedy does not do it, okay? Because we don't know what it says. We have to take our time to read it. Now, can you spot a digraph in that word? I wonder if you spotted it. At the end of the word, it's the or sound. Now, I threw you a bit of a curveball there this week, and I put in a sound that we weren't actually practicing this week, but hopefully we're really good at knowing now because we've practiced that a lot. It's the or sound. Or. Sporl, okay? And we're going to keep practicing our nonsense words and get really good at being able to recognise those sounds and sound out and blend. Now, let's finish by reading a sentence. So you can pause the video, have a go at spotting the sounds in the words there, and see if you can read it independently. Okay, so first of all, there were a few tricky words in this one. So can you spot the tricky words? They're at the front, aren't they? My and friend. My friend. Now, can you spot any words that we have our new sounds in today? Hopefully you spotted the word wild, which has got the I sound in, unicorn, which has the U sound in, and snow, which has the O sound in. Let's have a go at reading it. My friend has a wild unicorn that eats snow. There's an exclamation mark at the end because that's quite a surprising thing, isn't it? A wild unicorn that eats snow. Oh my goodness. Right, let's read it with a bit of expression. My friend has a wild unicorn that eats snow. Maybe you can practice reading that sentence with some expression now. Okay, well done everyone, and I will see you next week for our phonics video for the last week of term.